Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds. I'm your fastest Iraqi dinar summary on the net. It's Sunday afternoon. I've got unique intel sources on the ground in Iraq. They're all military, Army Rangers, and we just love getting together. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our live stream. Then we'll have our 11 o'clock mastermind Zoom. If you're qualified, you'll be able to watch that Zoom under the members tab. It's the last one posted. And then I'll do some extra membership content for other members at every level. I appreciate you, and I will get that done this coming week. So Sunday, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Comment down below, what are you doing to enjoy your Sunday? What are you having for dinner? We love to eat around here. But I'm still fasting and praying. I just had my one shake. It is, just 2 p.m. I told the guys in Iraq it's already after 9 p.m. there. So if anything new, I just checked. They didn't send me anything new. So, or did they? Hold on, let me double check. I'm always bringing you the latest news. Hold on. They did send me stuff I haven't even looked at. So let me do the summary of what we covered this morning, and then I'll cover that. And if I have time, I'll cover everybody else because their intel seems to be behind mine, and that's why there's been a lot of drama lately. But guys, I love you all. Thank you all for hanging with me and having my back. So the first article was Egypt seeks to resume, and all the timestamps are down. I did all the timestamps in order of these articles in this order. Egypt seeks to resume Iraqi oil imports in Q3, which is great news for Iraq. Egypt had ceased importing oil from Iraq. Now that spigot's going to be turned on again. Also, game changer, Israel weighs direct action against the Houthis. We need to keep praying for the peace talks, but you know, they're figuring out their plan, guys. It is messy. God told me, don't worry about the banks. It's going to be messy. Take the money and run. See the pinned comment down below for your 3 steps. And if you try to get them from somebody else, you won't know the full truth and you won't have the most up-to-date information. I'm just saying. And the people that want to steal it, God will get you. That's okay. Iraq's banks are running dry. Ministry resorts to tax funds for wages. This could be a scary article because we do know that the CBI has said on many occasions, and I've covered it many times, go to my Iraqi Dinar playlist and watch a lot of my summaries. You'll get a full picture. That's why I have that playlist for you. They have said there's imminently going to launch something that's going to give Iraq economic stability. That is a sign that Iraq's economy is not stable because they have to pay salaries out of tax funds, but they're going to imminently launch something, and I believe that's the new rate. Then there was hope for Kurdistan's graduates. They had a job fair, which was great news for anybody looking for a job. There's a lot of unemployment there, as there is for any country that's rebuilding, especially the youth that are graduating. Minister of Interior, smart radars, cameras, drug and blood sugar testing vehicles deployed. They are increasing their police force. They got rid of the military off the streets. They're giving their police force more to work with. The cameras, just like they have here in America, so you can look and see where people are. Qatar Minister of Transport arrives in Baghdad. That's the first time they visited in a while. And Al-Sudani directs the commencement of infrastructure works for the new Sadr city, S-A-D-R city. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's just south of Baghdad. What I consider to be, China's been funding that. So what kind of city do you think that is? I think it's a smart city, but there was articles 2 years ago about it, so way long ago. And guys, they're not going to tell you. I think they're coming out of that narrative because they don't want to say it like that, just like they did with things like CBDCs. They just they just say gold-backed, asset-backed, blockchain. You know, it's a media campaign. Kirk Governor, Australian ambassador, discusses the project to support and stabilization of conflict in the affected areas. Everybody's coming together to Iraq, I think, to see their new digital banking system and how effective it is at securing, at helping them be secure and stable in this crazy time. Also, the Prime Minister chairs the meeting for the new Sadr City project. That was according to the news agency. Then he sent me other articles today, like I asked him to early. Hold on. Oh, they killed another threat? Yep. It says Israel plans Syria field hospital as casualties mount. You know, it's very messy over there. I did not do, there's no detailed timestamps for this because these are new articles that just came in. I don't have time to do the details. KRG Pakistan aim to boost bilateral relations. Baghdad threat, ISIS militant killed. Security instability is the name of the game. U.S. IQD exchange rates decline in Baghdad. That's really good news, guys. We know the rates go up and down, so that's not the rate change we're looking for. We're hoping it happens soon. Hamas hands over rocket suspect to Lebanese army. Okay, we're not going to look into that because that has nothing to do with the rate in Iraq. Iraq reaches diesel milestone, eyes into gas flaring. This is a heartwarming article and maybe hope for some in the future. Iraqi breakthrough redefines global perception of autism. That's amazing. They also found some kind of, one of their kids in college found something to detect cancer too. So they're cutting edge. Herbal connects students to the world at the Global University Fair. They have a Global University Fair. Guys, this is signs of a first world country, if you ask me. Herbal connects students to the world at Global University Fair. It says a higher education fair opened in Herbal today, bringing international universities face-to-face with Iraqi students seeking academic programs ahead. Organized by Access Point, the event features admissions of officers, faculty, and education consultants offering direct support on application scholarship options and postgraduate studies. The fair provides a trusted channel for students exploring international education pathways. Attendees can submit applications, receive academic counseling, and review detailed brochures and outline program offerings and requirements. This exhibition runs for several days at scheduled hours. Demand for international education has surged in recent years in the Kurdistan region, according to Access Point. More than 20,000 students from Iraq pursue studies abroad annually. Guys, this is all indicative that Iraq is a totally different country than you've seen in the past, and they've done a huge media campaign. We've read articles to you from the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, that Iraq is now secure and stable, and they have the state-of-the-art banking system. That's why the auditors are all over Iraq. When you look at the evidence, and somebody like me that has I was on the partner track with Price Waterhouse as an auditor, those auditors are all over Iraq to audit the government of Iraq, to audit the central bank, and all the correspondent banks are also being audited for financial crimes. They're making sure anybody that is in that system is not doing anything untoward with their financing. And guys, that's the kind of work you need to do in order for them to be revalued. And so they're doing everything right. They're dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. So everything else, I will still cover it, but it's, you decide. 7.5 minutes, almost 8 minutes of my intel, and now I'll do the other summaries. They're talking about, let's see. Talking about the lifting of 3 zeros. I covered that yesterday. It's not gonna happen like that. They're gonna list it from the exchange rate, lift it from the exchange rate. He's talking about, this is Frank 26. He's talking about Iranian politicians. If you get rid of the black market, then you wouldn't have the dual exchange rates, official rates and the black market rate. That means if you get rid of the black market, you can control the exchange rate properly. There's no manipulation because that's what's going on now. The next thing you know, Iraq comes out and says, we have transferred 95% of the cash payments from from the imports to corresponding banks, and all we have left is 5%. You remember there's no reports of the CBI of all those payments, except for maybe the correspondent banks. They're not doing a lot. They're fine with their foreign currency balances. So I don't know what he meant to say there. Mountain Goat, foreign minister, Iraq is committed to preserving its national sovereignty. Of course it is. The option to get off the petrodollar may not happen until President Trump can get the U.S. Some people say he's involved. I don't know. Comment down below. What do you think? I'm just following the summary of other people's news to bring you a summary in one place. So I hope you will subscribe and tap the bell. And please comment down below that you appreciate my hard work. It says, to me, this is Mountain Goat, Iraq will not be free until they obtain the full DFI funds and are able to reinvest this money as they desire, such as sovereign funds. The option to get off the petrodollar may not happen until President Trump can get the U.S. off the oil-backed dollar and back to the gold standard. We can see this now occurring soon. I'm going to talk about that in my 11 a.m. Zoom tomorrow. I found something as I was organizing my information. You're going to want to hear that for all mastermind group members. I will put a link for the cheapest link down below if you want to upgrade to be on that Zoom. We'll also get unique intel again on the ground that we don't get and I can't share in my summaries. It says, we can see this now occurring. Also, Iraq will need their currency returned to them and traded on a global scale. Remember, this is the road to the RV. Yep. Bruce says, a lot of people don't like Bruce. I like Bruce because at least I know he's Christian, right? It says, I think we're going to end up getting notifications between Sunday and Monday. So guys, if anything changes, I will do a short and give you the updates. Again, these articles that he sent me, although great, I will cover in more detail tomorrow morning. And unless there's more articles that are more important, because I try to give you just the important stuff on this summary. And guys, just trust and believe that it's done. I told everybody to relax today, forget about it, and go have some fun. We're going to have, I think we're just going to have yummy eggs and bacon and cheese and spinach in our eggs and just have a comfort meal and enjoy some good programs. Just enjoy the rest of the evening. So guys, I'm relaxing. I got a nap today. Thank you for being part of my channel. I hope you will subscribe and tap the bell. I'll see you later. Bye.